For the next 3 days, I will be exploring the riverbanks, seeing what new territory I can find on the North Saskatchewan River. And I'm going to see how many different species I can catch and see what's even possible outside of the city on this beautiful river. June 22nd, 2020. My first day on the river. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go, but I knew I wanted to go back to my roots. Duvernay. It's where this whole YouTube channel started. But I wanted to head a little further downstream and see what it had to offer. I started the day off with a simple slip rig and a floating jig head. Eager, I had cast out into the little back eddy I had found and began to wait for a fish to strike. Unfortunately, I had forgot my rod holder, so I had to actually hold my rod. Kinda sucked. Didn't take long until I set my hook into the first fish of the day.
Fish on.
Got my first fish of the day. It was a little decent goldeye. Look at that thing. Tarpon in the river. As the sun grew higher, the day got hotter, but I still managed to hook into one more fish before I called her quits. A slightly above average walleye. Was no giant by any means, but nice to the river standards at least. The day was getting really hot, so I packed her up and I was headed off to the next location. June 23rd, 2020. I got special permission to come fishing to this place, and it was absolutely stunning. Gorgeous. I started simply by doing Old Faithful, fishing in a little back eddy. Just threw my original setup into the water with a little minnow, and I got my sturgeon rig all set up because I had a sneaking suspicion. If you guys spool a reel up on the riverbank, just make sure you clean up your mess. Don't leave line laying around. Don't leave the spool. Got myself set up. I used a sturgeon rig. I used ice fishing tip-up line for the leader, and brought my old setup in, and I actually decided to move. I figured it was too shallow here. As I waited for a fish, I waded in the water, and I think I decided that it was also too shallow here. Moved all my stuff down to the bank. It was a process. A bag full of water bottles is not light, I'll tell you that. A storm was approaching, so I decided to try my last and final spot before the rain hit. It was looking really promising. When I cast it out, I actually felt the weight not hit the bottom immediately. It was kind of nice. When the rain started, so did the fish. They started going absolutely insane. I finally caught a fish in the spot. It only took me about 2 hours. My first lake sturgeon of the year. Wasn't a tank, but I was happy to catch a dinosaur either way. It seemed like they were swarming. I couldn't keep them off. I caught another little guy. It was actually unbelievable. I couldn't believe what was actually going on. I caught 3 sturgeon in the span of 15 minutes. That's more sturgeon than I've ever actually caught, to be honest. And to end off the day, I caught a budget sturgeon. So guys, I didn't go fishing for 3 days. I had plans to go to Deserlays. It's an old ferry crossing. Didn't end up going there. I ended up going sturgeon fishing instead, and you guys probably have already seen that video. And now I am out camping. It's been a wild week. I have some plans. I'm not gonna say what they are yet because I don't want them to fail on me. But if you guys enjoyed this sort of scenic documentary style video, leave a thumbs up. I'll see you guys pretty soon. Stay tuned. Peace.